Welcome to the Mind-Body Mountain and this internal family systems guided meditation for depression. I'll start by explaining a powerful truth, a truth that allowed me to build myself out of depression. So let's take a few life-changing moments before we begin. If you live with depression, it can be helpful to understand that it is a part of you and not who you are. Now I know you've heard that before, but bear with me. I'm about to deliver some critical facts that require a moment to lay the groundwork. What I mean is that you have a depressed part that has taken on a lead role in your life. In fact, they've taken on the starring role and are driving the car. The depressed part didn't choose this role, it was pushed into it. It has lived a hard life and experienced loss, disappointment, and overwhelm. From its perspective, withdrawing and collapsing was the only choice it had. At the same time, and this is very important, another truth also exists. We carry within us a true self. Until we discover internal family systems, it is likely that we don't conceive of this. I certainly didn't know about true self. I thought that I was depressed. Full stop. True self carries qualities like courage, clarity, and confidence. While compassion and gentleness are often emphasized in healing, grabbing back your power is every bit as critical. True self has the capacity to rebuild a life that is meaningful, even if that feels far away right now. Knowing it exists means we can water and feed this part to help it to grow. And as it grows, it is literally programmed to also unburden parts such as depression. So now we have gone from believing we are depressed, and only that, to understanding we have a depressed part and a true self. The depressed part is taking up the majority of the space and is driving the car. The true self is small and has only just been uncovered. When I was at this point of awareness, I worked on a two-pronged approach. The first was to get to know my depressed part because its life and its feelings were real. It needed to be understood and validated before it could be supported and then unburdened. The second was to get to know my true self, to step into my true self more often so I could use its power. The strategy was to build true self so that it becomes a regular and confident driver of the car, until one day I could reach the point where it was driving most of the time. In terms of the depressed part, I was working to allow it to move from the driver's seat to the passenger seat to the back seat, until one day it chose not to sit in the car very often at all. And even then, only for short periods of time. Remember, the work is not about forcing the depressed part out of the driver's seat. The work begins by spending time in its world, so true self understands it. People often say things like, the depressed part needs to feel heard. And whilst this is very true, I also think it is about the true self hearing the depressed part so that it can care for its needs through to health. How can true self make life decisions that help it move forward if it doesn't first understand what this part is living with? I mean this in a really practical way, like a doctor and a patient. True self needs to make decisions about getting out of bed, eating good food, getting a shower, going for a walk. If it doesn't understand the depressed part, it really won't know how to meet it where it is at. Let's start the meditation and the process of working with these two brave aspects of us, because they really are brave. Take a gentle breath in through the nose and let it go softly through the mouth. Feel the air leave the body and sense the gentle release that follows. Now feel your body. Feel into it and scan for your depressed part. Allow its feelings to surface. There is no need to be afraid of your sadness. We are built to feel the emotion of sadness. Feeling it is safe and healthy. It's just that it can be incredibly uncomfortable and sometimes painful. Remember that stepping out of depression requires us to get to the point where we are not afraid of feeling sad. We literally have to become experts at feeling sadness with neutrality and no story attached. There is no other way. Once you feel some of your sadness, step inside it and sit down. Feel what it's like in there. That's right. You're doing so well. And it is brilliant that you are not creating any stories. You are simply feeling the emotions that manifest as physical sensations in your body. Now ask, what it's like to be me is, and let the answer come to you from the emotion. What it's like to be me is. Very good. If strong emotions surface, allow them. No story, no meaning added. Next ask, what's really bothering me is. Let the answer float up. What's really bothering me is. Now let's ask the emotion. What I believe about myself is. Let the answer appear without forcing. What I believe about myself is. Now ask the emotion, I feel so vulnerable because let the answer be known to you. I feel so vulnerable because ask your emotion. What I need right now is, let the emotion speak fully. What I need right now is, when the emotion becomes quiet, step back and find your true self. Take a slow, gentle breath in and a calm, long breath out. Feel yourself anchor into your calm, confident, and compassionate true self. Now look at the emotion as your true self and complete this sentence. It makes sense that I feel this way because. Take some time now. It makes sense that I feel this way because. Next, say from your true self, what I realize now is. Take your time and listen. What I realize now is. Then say from your true self, how it feels to realize that is. Let the answer appear. How it feels to realize that is. Very good. Continue to hold the feeling of being in your true self. Notice what feels different. Perhaps more clarity, relief, or spaciousness. This is what emotional healing feels like and how trauma slowly unwinds. The body releases what it has carried for too long. Take a moment to breathe and let everything settle. Your subconscious will now be integrating what it has uncovered. It will be making the distinction that the emotion it felt today is a legacy from the past, that in this present moment you are safe. If your sleep is unsettled tonight, this is to be expected. Your subconscious is processing the new information. This is uncomfortable, but it is progress. When you're ready, jiggle your toes and feet. Then your arms and body. Gently let your eyes open. Return to this meditation for a depressed part regularly to understand how to help it move forward. Also return when new experiences cause sadness to rise, so that you can process them in a healthy way. Thank you for being here at the Mind-Body Mountain. If this IFS meditation for depression supported you, please like, share, and subscribe.